Okay, so today we're going to start in a child pose. So if you have any cushions or even another rolled up yoga mat, you can just come into child pose as you want to. But if you want to make it a little more comfy, you can always just kind of almost straddle, like cuddling a cushion or just placing a cushion under you. If you don't have a bolster, you don't have to. Just if it makes it feel a little nice. I'm not staying too long. And if it feels nice, maybe just moving your knees slightly wider. We're going to be working into our hips today. So nice just to give them a chance to open. And then just allow yourself to breathe, to arrive into this space, to arrive onto your mat. And it's okay if your minds are busy. You can't just expect ourselves to just shut down straight away. We need to allow some time. A deep breath in, deep breath out. So today we're focusing on our hips, our second chakra, dealing with water. This is where some of our power, our creativity can reside. A river cuts through rock, not because of its power, but because of its persistence. At the moment, we're being tested, and we just need to keep persevering, little by little. We don't need to be big, powerful things that we're achieving, just daily, just keeping going. So we're going to focus on our hips, trying to release that powerful energy, that water. Come into your breath. Breathe in deeply. And as you exhale, just letting go. Inhale. And every exhale is just a release. And as always, taking this time on your mat to just acknowledge where you are today. Your energy levels, your emotions, knowing that they're all welcome. And just feeling that release once we actually acknowledge where we are, with no resistance, allowing the masks to fall away. Gently allowing yourself just to walk your hands towards you. So you come to a kneeling position. You can keep your eyes closed or just a soft gaze. And again, if you want to, you can place a cushion in between your lower legs, your upper legs, just to soften that if you need to. Hands onto your thighs. A strong spine. And then we just engage our Ujjayi breath, our ocean breath. We try to create that powerful ocean sound. Engage our throat band, just restricting the throat as if we're trying to fog up a pair of glasses. Breathing in and out through the nose. Relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your face. Feel that strength and the power in your breath. So throughout your practice today, if you ever find that your mind's wandering, just come back to your breath. Use it to anchor you into the present moment. With an inhale, raising your arms up, joining palms together. Lower your hands in front of your heart. Let's begin our practice. Namaste. Okay, we're going to start by coming into Malasana, our yogi squat. So please just be gentle with yourself. You're not normally in this position, so you might take a little while just to warm up. So if your heels are off the floor, that's fine. If you want a cushion or a block, you can always use them under your hips. You almost sit into that position while you open up. And then elbows inside the knees, palm to palm. And then really trying to straighten, lengthen the spine. So our instinct is always to kind of round forwards. So we're trying to sit back and sit tall. And then engage your Ujjayi breath here. Big breath in. Big breath out. Releasing your right hand down, allow the left arm to reach up. Gently opening up the left side. With an exhale, releasing down to the other side. Big inhale. Again, being gentle with yourself. Releasing down. One more on each side. Inhale to open. Gazing up towards your palm. And exhale, releasing down. Inhale, opening up. And release. Then extend our left leg out to the side. And I'd like you to have your toes pointed upwards to begin with. So if yours is up here, that's totally fine. If you're down on the floor, that's fine too. If your heel's on the floor, if your heel's lifted, all fine. Just wherever you find that stretch. Support yourself with your right hand, and if you wish, opening up with your left. Taking your gaze up, so really just lengthening the body. Good, exhale. Support yourself, hands in center. Transition into the other side. Again, just taking your time, being gentle with yourself. Staying here or opening up if you wish. Big inhale. Big exhale. Bring the hands back into center, and this time we're going to lift up. Straightening both legs, bringing the toes in. So the toes, pigeon toes, whether the feet parallel or just slightly turned in. And then we're going to just release into that wide angle forward fold. So just let your head, neck and shoulders go. You may even want to hold opposite elbows and just kind of gently sway. Just really taking pressure from your spine, your neck and shoulders. Bending your knees as much as you need to. Leaving your right hand on the floor. We're going to lift up with the left, but I'd like you to try and keep your hips level. So your left hip will want to lift up as you turn, but try to keep it down. That may mean that you can't twist as far, and that's okay. If you can, taking your gaze up to the left hand. On your next exhale, releasing down. Going to the other side again. Hips stay level, bending your knees as much as you need to make contact with the floor. And gazing up. Good, releasing down. Once again, just relax forwards. And then just gently, almost swaying from side to side. If you can reach a foot, you can hold on. Again, trying to keep your hips level. If you spend any time on one side, then just go to the other and hold there for the same. Back to center. Using your hands to support you, bending your knees, you're going to bring your heels inwards, so toes are now pointing out. And then we come up to sit in our wide squat or second plie or our goddess pose. So again, just be gentle with yourself. In this position, you want to make sure your knees are in line with your toes. So if they're kind of coming inwards, just bring the toes in slightly more so they're all facing the same way. And then let's breathe together. Inhale, pushing down with your heels, lifting up with your hands. Exhale down. And just as you come down, feeling that stretch and then lifting up again. And really try to engage that Ujjayi breath, your ocean breath. Good. On your next inhale, staying up. We're going to turn to face the front of the mat, step forward and release your arms. Good, just take a moment to arrive here. Oh, and I'm doing that, I'm adjusting. It's too tempting. But just try to, sometimes we just kind of go through Tadasana, mountain pose, without really giving it any attention, like it's a stopgap. But imagine it's just as significant, if not more, as some of our other poses. So really grounding down through your feet, through the four corners of your feet pushing down. Maybe just gently allowing your thighs to externally rotate to really help grip down. Big inhale, and as you exhale, using your transverse muscles, your core set of muscles, to just strengthen, supporting your spine. Roll your shoulders back. Gently tucking the chin in to lengthen the neck. Arms by your side. Big breath in. Big breath out. On your next inhale, arms up. Exhale forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. And imagine your spine is being pulled in both directions, so really lengthening, weight towards your toes. Exhale, hands down. Gently step back, remembering which foot you step with, so you can do the opposite next time, into your plank position. Gently lower your knees to the floor, lower yourself all the way down. Untuck your toes, and we lift up into up dog. So hands are under your shoulders, lifting up out of the shoulders, trying to bring your chest forwards. Your thighs are lifted. And just imagine trying to push down with the top of your feet. Good. With an exhale, lift your hips, tuck the toes, push back, down dog. Taking your time to find your down dog. So lengthening through the spine, broadening the shoulders, and trying to get those hips towards the ceiling. If it feels nice, you can pedal through. If you want to, you can lift one leg, lift the other, or you can just be still. Whatever feels nicest for your body this evening. From here, gently lifting your chest, gazing forwards, stepping your feet to your hands. Release yourself down into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening the spine. Exhale, release forwards. And then inhale, all the way up to standing. Exhale, releasing hands by the side. If you need to adjust your feet, do, otherwise just be still. And find your Tadasana. Big inhale, big exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to the floor, stepping back with the opposite foot this time. Into your plank. Gently, knees down. As you lower yourself down, try to brush your ribs with your elbows. Keep them close to the body. Lower yourself down. Untuck the toes. Inhale, like a wave crashing onto a rock. Lift yourself up. Lift up out of your shoulders. Push down with the tops of the feet. Good. Gently. Lift the hips. Push back. Down dog. And then from here, I'd like you to step your feet wide so they're almost at the edge of the mat. And then we're going to walk our hands to our feet, allowing our knees to bend. So we come back into our Malasana, our yogi squat. So we're going to go through the same opening sequence. So if you don't have space, like I don't, so I'm going to turn to face the side. So if you need to just swivel, then just do that to allow yourself some space. And then find yourself. This is such a lovely one as well for centering, bringing your palms together into heart center. Just take a moment in this position. Big inhale, big exhale. Finding that Ujjayi breath, your power. Release your right hand down. Inhale, reaching up with the left, taking your gaze up. With an exhale, release down, open up to the other side. Good, release down. And then extend the left leg out. This time, trying to get the foot flat on the floor so the toes are facing forwards. So we just really stretch the inside of the leg now. And then opening up with the left arm if you want to, only if you feel balanced and secure. Good, gently transition yourselves across to the other side. Again, sole of the foot onto the floor. Support yourself with the left hand and open up. Big breath there. Good, exhale. Hands to center, lifting yourself up. And so either feet parallel or just slightly toes turn in, releasing back down. Just pause in here for a moment. And then using your hands to help support you, so bend your knees as much as you need to. Just allow your hips to come in line with your ankles. So if you're able to see, often we push the hips back. So I want you just to try and bring those hips in line. Really use your hands for support because it feels like we're unbalanced. And then just kind of get used to holding them in that alignment. Releasing down. Good. Gently bend the knees. Allow the heels to come in, toes to come out. And once more, we come back up into our goddess pose. And actually, while I am from the side, if you find that you're like this, want to tuck that tailbone under and sit back so our shoulders are above our hips. Good, and let's breathe. Inhale. Reaching up. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale. Exhale. And the next time you're up, staying up, turning to face the front of your mat, stepping forward, releasing your arms, and try to just be still, even if just for a moment. Big breath in, big breath out. Go through another salutation. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bow forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor, step or jump into your plank. If you're jumping, try to land gently And then from now on, it's up to you if you drop your knees or if you come all the way down to the floor through your chaturanga. Inhaling into your up dog. Taking an extra breath here. Good. Using your core to protect your spine as you lift your hips, tuck your toes, push back, down dog. From here, gazing forwards with an inhale. Walk, step or jump your feet to your hands. Release down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale down. Inhale all the way to stand. And release. Arms by your side. Pause. Be still. Come back to your breath. Relax your face. Relax your shoulders. Let's go through our flow. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to the floor. Through your plank, down to the floor, and then into your chest opener. Your back bend. Good. Tucking the toes. Lift. So from your down dog, we're going to step forwards with the right foot. So you can just step forwards, or if you wish, you can take that leg up, big stretch, and then with control, stepping forwards, and we open up into a high lunge. So both feet forwards, hips forwards. Ground yourself down if you feel particularly wobbly. Just widen your stance. Good. Hold for 3, for 2, for 1. Gently extend the legs. We're going to allow that back heel to drop down into a warrior 1. So the toes are pointing towards the top corner of the mat. Hips stay forward. And we just gently bend into that front knee. Once again, arms up. And if you have the space, bring the palms together. Big inhale. Big exhale. For 3, for 2, for 1. We're going to keep the legs as they are. So really try to ground down, and it can help trying to imagine squeezing the thighs together to give you support. We're going to come into humble warrior, so we're going to bow forwards. So you can, your arms behind you can be holding opposite elbows, or they can be hands in prayer, so palm to palm. So just choosing what feels appropriate for you. And then gently, keeping the legs as they are, we flex from the hips. We're trying to bring our right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Once you're there, just release your head, neck and shoulders so you're looking between your legs. If you're palm to palm, squeeze in the palms together. And if you're holding the elbows, just gently lift them slightly away from your body. Big breath in. Big breath out. And gently lift back up on an inhale. Ooh, straighten those legs, release the arms. Inhale, arms up. And then this time we're going to open into a warrior 2. So we're bending the front knee, that stays forward, and we're opening the hips up to the side. So try to get that movement to start with your hip. As it opens, just allow your knee and foot to follow suit, so it's not the foot that leads. Sinking down. When you're ready, extending those arms wide, as if you're being stretched in both directions. Yeah, good. And hold for 3, for 2, for 1. If you can, hold that pose. Try to not straighten that leg yet. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. And then as we exhale, we're going to flex, so a lateral flex. We're going to flex to the side. So we're keeping our legs still, but we're leaning down over that front leg. But you're trying to keep your right side long and your left side. Going as far as you can, And then release your right arm down to the inside of the right leg. So we've come into our extended side angle, but we're just trying not to collapse and round and just lean onto that knee. Trying to keep our hips level and just really stretching up. Good, legs the same. Inhale, we come into our reverse warrior. So now the right arm is up. Left arm slides down the left leg. Good, and then this time we're going to windmill our arms all the way down. Frame the front foot, pivot the back foot. So you're in a runner's lunge. And then step back into a down dog. Good. And then let's go through a flow. So rolling forwards into your plank. Lowering yourself down to the mat. Inhaling into your up dog. Good, gently push back, down dog. Going to do the same on the other side. Good, so from here it's your left leg that's going to come up. So stretching up if you wish, or just stepping forwards, grounding down through that left foot and then lifting up into your high lunge. And don't worry, water wobbles, it sways around, so if you're wobbling it's fine. Find your lunge, your lunge, ground down, arms up. And then lifting up out. Allow that back heel to come down. Sink back down into your warrior one. So your hips are staying forwards. We're trying to get that back heel down. If it doesn't come down, it doesn't come down, but that's what we're aiming for. And maybe just try and draw that left hip back so the hips level up. Palms together. Good. And then from here, hands behind your back, so either holding elbows or in prayer. And then we bow forward, like you're surrendering down. Water goes with the flow. We're just going to surrender to what's coming. And again, squeezing palm to palm or holding the elbows just slightly away from the back. Release your head, neck and shoulders. And then inhale, lifting yourself up. Lengthening that front leg. Arms up. And then as you bend into the front knee, opening the right hip to the side to allow yourself to come into warrior two. Good, finding that position. So I used to always switch round so I still face you, but I thought sometimes it might be nice to just see from the other side what's going on. Inhale, arms up. And then flexing from the hips, we're trying to not kick the right hip up, trying to keep them level. And you're reaching as far as you can. And then release the arm down and stretch. And if you can, gazing up towards the sky. Yeah, good. So this one, our ego wants us to come all the way down, but we don't need to. We want to hold this nice triangle in this space. The legs as they are. Inhale, sweeping up into reverse warrior. Good. And then windmilling the arms down, frame the front foot, pivot the back foot, step back into your down dog, and then bring your knees down. If you like to, bring them wide so they're near the edge of the mat and then sink down into your child pose. Just take a moment here. We're using it to rest, recover, and we're using it to gain energy for what's coming next. So just breathe in deeply. It is within yourself that you will find all the strength you'll ever need. Cultivate that breath. Feel that power within you. Good. On your next inhale, lifting the hips, tucking the toes, lift into your down dog. Go through the flow again. We just extend it slightly. So right leg reaching up, stepping forwards into a high lunge. Allow the heel to come down. So you may need to step forwards with the foot slightly on this. It doesn't have to be a huge stance for your warrior one. Arms up. Hands behind your back, bow forwards, humble warrior. Release your head and neck so you're looking between your legs. Inhale, lifting up. And then exhale, release into your warrior two. Good, arms up. Exhale, extend forwards as far as you can and then release that lower arm. Taking your gaze up. Yeah. Good, keep the legs as they are. Sweep the arms backwards so the right arm now comes up into your reverse warrior. Good. And then come back into your warrior two. And we're going to rotate that back foot. So we're going to open up into our goddess pose. So both feet are now kind of pointing outwards. So just adjust as you need to. And then let's breathe. Inhale, arms up. Exhale down. Inhale. And just moving with your breath. So if I'm going too fast or too slow, just adjust your speed to match your breath. Try and create a sound. So if someone was stood next to you, they'd be able to hear you. And then the next time we come down, we're just going to gently come into a side squat or a side lunge here. It's going down towards your front knee. I'm aware you've kind of switched so you can see into the camera. So whichever one was kind of working as your front knee. Just feel that stretch. Pivoting round. So we now come into a runner's lunge. You're facing the front of your mat. And then we're going to come into our half lord of the fish. So we're going to bring this leg forwards, the left leg, or your extended leg, and then just tuck it behind the front foot and sit down. So if we're face on, we're kind of ending up in this little position. And then just gently, we're just taking advantage of a little sit down in the middle of our flow, and we're going to rotate. So you're looking over that knee. So you can hold with your hand, you can hug with your arm, or you can bring your elbow to the outside of that knee. Every time you inhale, trying to grow tall, and as you exhale, seeing if there's a little more space. Good. Gently coming back to center. Just a gentle counter stretch to the other side, so just placing your hands down. Good. We're going to try and transition out of this into high lunge. So, rolling just onto that knee, planting the hands down, lifting yourself up, lifting that, so the left foot, stepping it back into your high lunge. Good, and then hands down, step back, roll, so you can rest here or roll, go through your flow, so into your plank, lowering down, and inhaling up. Good, tuck your toes, push back, down dog. So let's try and do the same on the other side. So left leg, stretching up. With control, coming forwards, ground down, lifting up into your high lunge. lift, and then settle down into your warrior one. So really the only difference is that we're bringing that foot down and the foot goes at a slight angle, but we're trying to keep the hips forward. Hands behind your back, big inhale, and surrender forwards. Long enough to find your way into the full expression, and then inhale, lifting back up. Lifting the arms, straighten the legs, and then find your way into your warrior two. So we're now already trying to open up that right hip. Finding your warrior. Inhale, extend the arms up. Exhale. Reaching forwards, trying to keep each side of your torso long. Then releasing the left arm inside the left leg. Gazing up. Good, reverse your warrior. So now the left arm reaches up and you reach back. Good, come back through a warrior two. And then pivoting both feet so the heels point outwards. And once again, we come through a goddess breath, inhaling up and exhaling down. And as you come down, make sure you're finding that stretch. We don't want to hurt ourselves, we don't want anything pulling, but just make sure you're really finding your edges. And then the next time you come down, just going to gently come down to the side. So your front knee. And just feel that stretch for a moment. Good. And then hands down, pivoting to the front of the mat. So from here, I'm going to step that back leg forwards. So bringing the right knee forwards and pointing out to the side of the mat. And then allowing yourself to sit down. Good. Once you're there, holding that right knee or hugging it or placing your elbow to the outside and then pivoting around. So you can use your left hand for support. Avoid just leaning back casually into this. Almost use that hand as like a backstop so it really lengthens your spine. And then exhale, looking over your shoulder. Big inhale. Big exhale. Good. Coming back to center, gently going to the other side. And then planting the hands in front, lifting up onto your knee, lifting that right leg up, stepping back, runner's lunge, and then stepping back into your down dog. Release your knees down. And once again, come into your child pose, whichever variation you wish. So knees together, knees wide, arms in front, arms by your side. And find that Ujjayi breath. So to quote one of my favourite quotes that I know you've had before, but as our water is kind of associated with our satya, our truth, our authenticity in our yamas. As Dolly Parton said, find out who you are and be it on purpose. So our power sometimes is just acknowledging our weaknesses, just acknowledging where we are, but being it on purpose, not pretending to be anything else. Big inhale, big exhale. We're going to go through one more time, but just a little quicker now. And then we'll come down to the mat. So hands grounded in, tuck the toes, lift your hips into your down dog. Right leg stepping forwards into your high lunge. Come into your warrior one. Hands behind your back, bow forwards, humble warrior. Inhale, lifting up. Find your way into your warrior two. Arms up and extend to the side. Release that lower arm, your right arm, with an inhale. Reverse warrior. So going through our dancing warriors. Come back into your warrior two. Pivot the feet. So we're now opening both hips. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And then coming down into your side squat, to your side lunge. Really opening up that leg. Pivoting to the front of the mat. Stepping that back leg forwards. Sitting down. Good. Coming into your rotation. Good. Coming forwards. Planting the hands down, rocking onto that front leg, the front foot. And then this time, as we stand up and lift that left leg, I want you just to try and extend the leg up. So into our standing splits, as if you're trying to get your head to your knee, your feet to the sky. Good, and then gently step that foot down into your runner's lunge, and then step back into down dog. Good, rest or go through your flow. Just one more flow on the other side. So pushing back into your down dog. Left leg reaching up. Stepping forwards, high lunge. Into your warrior one. Hands behind your back. Humble warrior, bowing forwards. Inhale, lifting up. Finding your way into your warrior two. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, reaching across. And then release the left arm inside the left leg. Inhale, into reverse warrior. Lifting up through warrior two. Coming forward, adjusting the feet. So your feet are pointing outwards, hips are open. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. And then coming down to that front knee into your side lunge, side squat. Pivoting to face the front of your mat. So through a runner's lunge, and then stepping that back knee forwards, placing down, coming to sit down. Gently into your rotation. So we're turning and twisting our body in all directions. But just like water, we'll find a way. Coming forwards. Grounded through your hands, lifting up through that leg. So now you're grounded through the left leg. We're going to lift up with the right leg into your standing splits. Supporting yourself with your hands. Good. And then gently stepping the foot back into your down dog. Release your knees down. Untuck the toes. And rest down. Find your Ujjayi breath. Big breath in. Big breath out. Gently lifting up into your down dog. And once again, we're going to come into our Malasana. So you can either jump gently the feet forwards behind the hands, or you can step the feet wide and walk your hands to your feet, whichever one you prefer. Opening up, so we're going to come into our crow pose. So you have time here. So if you'd rather just stay, and I shouldn't say just, if you'd rather stay in Malasana, then stay here. This is such a lovely one for centering and opening up your hips. If you'd like to try crow, fingers wide, placing them down onto the mat, shoulder width apart. Keeping the tension between your knees and your elbows. So knees pushing in, elbows pushing out. Keeping your chin lifted so your gaze is up. Come up onto the balls of the feet, maybe onto the tiptoes. This might be enough, or you can try lifting one foot, maybe lifting another. Just playing around. Come back down whenever you need to, going back in. If your wrists are hurting, you want a variation, you can do the same but lying on your back. So lying on your back, we're going to try and bring those knees and elbows together. So palms together, elbows squeezing the knees out, the knees squeezing the elbows in. Your toes are pointed, and then gently lifting your head, neck and shoulders off the floor. Trying to bring your belly button towards your spine, so engage in your core. You'll notice this isn't an easy option. This is just an anti-gravity option. Good. So whichever variation you're doing, we've got about 30 seconds. So you can relax out, come back in, or just hold that position. And when we're under stress, our breath can lose its way, so come to your breath. Big breath in, big breath out. Good. I can see your guys are lying on your back, so you're going to stay there. If you're in crow pose, coming back to your Malasana, hands down, and then just allow your bum to come to the floor and roll onto your back. So on your back now, hugging your knees into your chest. And then extending your legs out. We're going to come into fish pose, so just countering that kind of pressure we've put on our back. So from here, we're going to put our palms face down under our hips. So you might just want to bend a knee to allow yourself to wiggle. Place one hand under one hip, one hand under the other, and then try to walk the elbows in. So it's your arms is underneath you as much as possible. Then extend the legs again. Then we're going to use the elbows to push down into the mat as we lift the chest. Your head lifts up, the crown of the head can rest on the floor, but with no pressure there, it's just gently resting. Really trying to lift your chest up, shoulders away from the ears. If you want to, you can engage the core, lift your legs off. And then just gently release down. Release your head, release the arms. Good. And then no hip session is complete without a little happy baby. So knees into the chest. You can just hold the knees in. You can hold the backs of the thighs. Or if you want to, hold in the outside of the feet. Just applying a little pressure as if you're trying to get the knees down towards the floor. If you find that your hips have lifted, just work on trying to bring them back down so the whole spine is connected with the mat. Be still or rock from side to side. And find your Ujjayi breath. If the mind wanders, just come back to your breath. What ocean is that cultivating? Is it a calm ocean? Is it rough seas? Is it in the depths or is it at the shore? Good. Gently release. Place the soles of the feet onto the floor, to knees bent. And we're gently going to just tick-tock the knees from side to side. So keeping the soles of the feet on the floor, just let the knees fall to one side. And then lift them up and then to the other. No stress, no big stretch here, just gently loosening the spine. Good. Making sure you've done each side equally. And then coming back to center. And then finding your way into your relaxation, your Shavasana. So it can be corpse pose. You can have soles of the feet together. Legs up the wall. You can be seated. Whatever you need. If you need to put layers on, if you need to turn lights out. And just allow that time. Just acknowledging your practice. Focusing on your breath. Your Ujjayi breath. Let's try to breathe together. We're going to inhale for 4, exhale for 4. And we'll extend to 5. And then I'll leave you and you can breathe at whatever depth feels most natural for you. So it may be going to 4, staying at 5, going to 6, 7, wherever you feel is your kind of natural rhythm at the moment. So taking an exhale, inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. And then continue with your own rhythm. Finding your depth, finding your ocean. Imagine each breath is a wave washing in and a wave washing out. If you wish to add breath retention between the inhale and the exhale, between the exhale and the inhale, then do. But never be gasping or struggling for breath, just what comes naturally. Keeping your face relaxed, your shoulders relaxed. Allow that wave to wash over you. Prayer is like water. Something you can't imagine has the strength or power to do any good. And yet give it time, and it can change the lay of the land. Keep using your ocean breath. Channeling that water inside you. And the next inhale, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, 2 more times. And your exhale can be slow and steady, or it can be a sigh. Whatever resonates with you today. And just enjoy this stillness that you've created. And then gently allowing movement back into your body, wiggling the fingers and the toes. Gently head from side to side. And then whatever feels nice, whether you want to stretch out or curl up or both. And finding your way onto your side. No rush, taking your time, keeping your eyes closed if you can. And once on your side, cultivate that Ujjayi breath once more. Feel that strength. A whole ocean inside of you. And as you sit yourself up, bring that strength with you, that power. Come to find a comfortable seated position. Keeping the Ujjayi breath as you inhale, reaching up, extending your arms long, palm to palm, gently lowering them down in front of your heart, bowing your head. Thanking yourself for your practice this evening and acknowledging that strength that's inside you. Namaste. Thank you.